Donald's predicament. A Donald the Scottish twin engine story. Mighty Mac for Hire, Part 3. Mighty Mac, the double tank engine's work at the countryside was full of surprises. Yesterday he was frightened of bulls and cows, and then and then after that he remained very lazy and stubborn, like he will always be. One day, Emily was going to the yard to say hello to Donald, while Donald is shunting trucks at the yards. He was feeling very grumpy for what's going to happen. He was too busy grumbling, shunting trucks at the yards. He was in a bad mood. Emily decides to say hi to Donald. "Hi, Donald," she said. "I see Mighty Mac has left the truck again," she said. "Fine then by me," said Donald. "I will have to make it up to me," he said. "Everyone will think I have nothing to do with it," he said. Emily smiled. "Tell you what," she said. I'll take the truck. You fetch my goods train," she said. The drivers, firemen, and the yard manager agreed. So Emily and Donald puffed away. After that, Donald finally arrived at the yards, and there was Emily's goods train. He was then finally coupled to the goods train. He didn't know about this place. This was Emily's place. The trucks were cross about that now. They were really cross. "We don't want an engine like him. We want Emily." The leader whispered this to the trucks. They were going to do something bad to Donald. "Pay Donald out! Pay Donald out! Pay Donald out! Pay Donald out!" "Come along now," said Donald. "No nonsense." The trucks were being naughty now. "They will be nonsense," they whispered to one another. But Donald thought they were under control. But they weren't. They were still causing trouble, and they were. Donald was enjoying himself. He sped around the countryside with the trucks, going faster and faster around the line. He went up the hill, under the bridge, and down under the bridge, and out he went. And there he was, inside the cave. And there he goes, out of the cave. But just then, he saw a green sign. It said this. He saw a green sign. The sign said, "All trains must stop on their brakes." It said, "All trains must stop on their brakes." They said, "No, all trains must stop on their brakes." It said. Donald then decided to do so. "Peep, peep," he whistled. "Brakes, guard, please," he said. But the trucks were cross. "Oh, no, you don't," said the trucks. "We don't want to stop. We don't want to stop." They said. Go on," they laughed they said in their giddy ways, and then they were all being naughty. "Help! Help!" said Donald. "I can't stop." But just then the man on duty waved his red flag to stop. The man on duty waved his red flag to stop Donald, but the red flag means there was danger in the yards. But Donald didn't see it then. The man on duty didn't see that coming then. And then suddenly, Donald raced past by the level crossing. The level crossing, and he puffed past by the man on duty. The man on duty tried to stop him, but it was too late. But it was too late to switch Donald into the runaway line, and now it was too late. Donald can't stop in time, and now suddenly Donald can't stop in time, and now suddenly he races to yards, and then this made him think that he is going to crash. It's too late for Donald now. And it was. And this made Donald feel really scared. Peep, peep, he whistled. Look out, he said. But it was too late, and it was. The breakdown coach was in smithereens. Donald's driver and fireman jumped clear, but Donald was still stuck. Later that day, the wreckage was clear, but Donald and his tender were lifted onto two troublesome trucks. The Fat Controller spoke severely to Donald. "Fine them by me," he said. "Maybe Emily and Mighty Mac had to run the branch line, and so did you as well. And for the last time," he said, "you have put us in an awkward predicament," he said. "I'm sorry, sir," said Donald sadly. All what Donald could think about was awkward predicaments. The Fat Controller spoke severely to Mighty Mac as well. He was really cross with Mighty Mac now. "You as well, Mighty Mac." "You as well, Mighty Mac," he said. "My engines work hard enough for free. I send lazy engines away, and you have been a very silly engine indeed," he said. Mighty Mac felt ashamed. "Sorry, sir," he said. "I know what you mean," said the Fat Controller. Besides, I'll be bringing you another preferred chance," he said. "Oh, yes, sir, thank you, sir," said Mighty Mac. Well, there's one thing, said Mighty Mac. "Emily said that she could help me with my problems," he said. Really, said the Fat Controller. "Well, that's kind of Emily. So Emily can sometimes not understand about railway problems. That isn't worth knowing. Our Emily is an excellent engine," he said. Emily smiled. She had a nice grin in her face, and she did. At the next day, Hank had finally came back from the works. He was now then coupled to his red brake van, and he was. The owner who owns his red brake van was happy to see him, so Hank decided to take them for a run at once. And as for Donald as well, he had to go to the repair yard to be mended, and he does. At the next day later, Emily helps Mighty Mac with his problems, and now Mighty Mac has finally learned a lesson indeed. He shooed a cow off the line by himself, and then it made him really happy. That shows you, doesn't it?